Hey girl, hey! It's your neighborhood white girl here again, and we are going to talk about The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. Again. And here's why. So, I went to show my prof all of my great work thus far in the education of the fine youth of this generation. And so I showed him my video on, oh my god, it looks like I have a halo. That's so cute. Anyways, okay, so I showed him my video on The House of Mirth, and he was like, I don't think that's what Wharton was saying. And I'm like, you don't know her life? And he's like, but it's 1905. And I'm like, no, it's 2K16, duh. He's really smart, but sometimes I really worry about him. Anyway, so this video is going to prove that Wharton's intention doesn't really matter because the piece is timeless, but the meaning of the words in the story change as our culture changes. So think about it. O.T. Genasis' song, I'm in love with the cocoa, you know, I'm in love with the cocoa, baking soda, I got baking soda, you know. Okay, yeah. So that song, the average preteen will think that this guy has a big thing for chocolate and makes his own chocolate with baking soda. And they'll enjoy the song with their grandmothers and jam to it while going to J. Crew Kids. These young innocents won't know that this fool is actually talking about the cocaine. The rest of us will appreciate the art this man has made from his obvious addiction while preparing our daddy's $100 bills to be rolled. The point author's intention only matters if his or her meaning is known and relatable to the consumer. And literary critics got my back on this one. Prof, I have 2 words for you. Intentional fallacy. Boom. So according to an article by Dickie and Wilson in some nice journal published by Wiley, these 2 cool cats back in the day called Wimsatt and Beardsley wrote some articles starting in 1943 about how trying to infer the author's intent is a fallacy. There are 2 other parts to their original intentional fallacy theory, and it's basically whether the intent is relevant to their interpretation and whether the intent is relevant to the evaluation of the work. So the issue of relevance of intent for interpretation has become the biggest debate on intent. So Wimsatt and Beardsley argued that the meaning of the work has to come from the words in the work and the public context. So I guess not some hidden shit that only super smart scholar stalkers know about authors. And that makes sense. If I'm texting a boy low-key angry and he doesn't get why I'm angry, it's probably because he doesn't know that I'm a psycho bitch. And that's not his fault, you know? Okay, but some people don't know. So this guy, Hirsch, I actually once almost dated this guy named Hirsch. He was Jewish, and I met him working at this summer camp, and his actual name was Herschel. This isn't the same guy. They don't spell it the same. And I don't think Herschel really does this kind of thing. Anywho's, Hirsch says that intentional fallacy isn't real because the text meaning is always identical with the author's intent for its meaning and that the intention determines the meaning. Fool. Why do you think there are debates over interpretations? So, Beardsley agrees with me. So he comes back with 3 bomb-ass arguments. 1, work can have meaning without an author. Apparently random computer-generated poems are a thing. 2, words and phrases can acquire new meanings through time. Take bad, for example. It used to mean not good. But now it can be oh, that's a bad bitch. And that's a good thing. So, words change. And then 3, text can have meanings an author was unconscious of because even authors don't know everything. So, basically, Beardsley obliterates Hirsch. But Hirsch doesn't stop there, and there's this whole debate and blah, blah, blah. But the point is, it's not to say who is right. It should be obvious who's right anyway. Come on. The point is to say that there's this whole school of fish thinking saying that I'm right about The House of Mirth. Applying the theory of intentional fallacy, it is clear that it doesn't really matter what Wharton really wanted in her book. Like, maybe she was trying to say that Lily failed because this is realism and the odds are always stacked against the poor woman and it's critical of the system, which sucks and whatever, and not of Lily, who did fine, and there's no feminist argument and whatever. That's fine. That's fine. But if I read it and see textual evidence and scholarly support that Lily didn't use her opportunities and Wharton critiques her for that, then that's my interpretation, and irregardless of what old Wharton wanted. Neighborhood white girls have opinions too, and their opinions can be right, according to my new besties, Wimsat and Beardsley. So thanks, dolls, and I'll catch you later on the next Neighborhood White Girl.